Welcome viewers. Today we will be simplifying the shown factorial expression. We will simplify the factorial expression as is seen, that is 6 factorial minus 5 factorial divided by 6 factorial plus 5 factorial. So we know that 6 factorial is equals to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 and times 1. But if we look closely once again, we can also express it in a different form. Now looking above, you see that 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is the same as 5 factorial. It therefore means that we can say that 6 factorial is simply equals to 6 times 5 factorial. Now we have an expression which is 6 factorial minus 5 factorial divided by 6 factorial plus 5 factorial. We had earlier established that our 6 factorial is equals to 6 times 5 factorial. So anywhere we see 6 factorial, we will be substituting it with 6 times 5 factorial. And this can be seen and expressed as shown above. So our 6 factorial has been substituted with 6 times 5 factorial, both in the numerator that is above and then in the denominator that is below. And that is the rearranged expression. Once again, we will look at the simplified version of this factorial expression, that is 6 factorial minus 5 factorial divided by 6 factorial plus 5 factorial. We can clearly recall that our 6 factorial is now to be expressed as 6 times 5 factorial. So we will be substituting both at the top and the base, that is at the numerator and denominator respectively, as we can see. So substituting for 6 factorial at the top and the base is as shown above. So instead of 6 factorial at the top, we now have 6 times 5 factorial. And instead of 6 factorial at the base, we now have 6 times 5 factorial. Also, we can clearly see that 5 factorial is common here at the top, and therefore the 5 factorial can be factorized out. Also at the base, we have 5 factorial common here, and also 5 factorial common here, and therefore also can be factorized out at the base. Let's see how this looks once we bring out the 5 factorial, both at the top and base. Now when we factorize 5 factorial out from the numerator, that is from the top, we are now left with 6 minus 1. And then when we take out the 5 factorial, that is factorize it from the base, we are now left with 5 factorial into 6 plus 1. So we have a simplified version of the expression, and that is simply equals to 5 factorial. Then you have your open bracket, 6 minus 1, and then your close bracket. that is on the top, and then at the bottom you have your 5 factorial multiplied by your enclosed bracket 6 plus 1. So you simply know that your 5 factorials will cancel out. So 5 factorial here 1, and then your 5 factorial here also 1. So they cancel out. And then you're left with 6 minus 1 on top. 6 minus 1 is 5. And then you have your 6 plus 1 at the bottom. 6 plus 1 is 7. So your simplified version is simply 5 over 7. And that is the solution to the simplified factorial expression. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly subscribe, like, and share.